Welcome back to Threading MS Journeys, everyone. I'm your host, Anthony Lobosco, and today we're diving into the second part of our conversation with Kathy Chester, a true force in the MS community. In our previous episode, Kathy shared her inspiring story of transforming from owning multiple sclerosis gyms to founding MS Disrupted, a passion-driven endeavor focused on helping those with autoimmune conditions like MS, lupus, and rheumatoid arthritis. Her story of finding her true calling, even amongst the challenges of COVID, resonated deeply with so many of you and with me as well. Today, we continue our discussion, touching on the incredible impact Kathy has had on the lives of her clients, the importance of personalized care, and how nutrition and lifestyle play a crucial role in managing MS. Kathy also opens up about the unique struggles of living with MS, from facing physical limitations to the emotional toll it can take. But through it all, her message is one of hope, resilience, and the power of finding your why. So whether you're newly diagnosed, supporting someone with MS, or just looking for inspiration, this episode is for you. Let's jump back in and continue threading our way through Kathy's remarkable journey.
When I started MS Disrupted, I was already owned a gym and then was about to start another gym. And then COVID hit. And I guess in a way that was a blessing for me, because the idea of having the two gyms was so overwhelming to me because I couldn't get to the clients I wanted that had either rheumatoid or MS or lupus. I wasn't able to get to those, or spinal injuries. I wasn't able to get to those clients because I was so busy in the gyms. And I loved it. Yes, I loved that I was able to create that. And I loved that it was doing well. However, my heart and the legacy I wanted to leave was something that my kids could look at and say, she did that. And I wanted that to be what I was able to do. Is
Amen
take
to
all
that.
of the years. Yeah. And I just felt like, I don't know how, even though I make way less, and I had to tell my husband, what do you think about me making a third of my income? He was like, what? But now that he sees me do it, he's like, I can't imagine you doing anything other than what you do. And to have someone that doesn't walk and teaching them movement and call me from California and say, I stood in the shower the whole time, I'm sobbing. I mean, I'm just in tears.
Nothing
It's
better.
so
Nothing better.
nothing. To see them when they're circumducting walking and then to walk a line. And I'm always in tears with what they can do. And it really is, they have to want it. And that's always my question. What's your why before we do this? I need you to be present, and what's your why? And also, not being a part of a franchise allows me to look at you, and let's say you came in and you were having a bad day and I just saw stress on you. I can say, hold on, Anthony, let's do some breathing for a couple of minutes and then let's go ahead and start. Because you're not present, right? If something really bad happened, I'm not getting your brain to connect with your muscles. So it's not going to do anything. Back in the day in junior high and college, it didn't matter. We could do whatever. We were invincible.
Yeah, right.
But now I need you to be present. I need you to connect your brain with what you're doing.
Yeah.
So I need then us to slow down. That may be a slower day. And so we just I love that, because then I can do that rather than have a franchise yelling at me, telling me, no, you need to do this with this person. I get to look right at you on a Zoom or in person and watch what you're doing. And so that's, I think, what the beauty of it is, being able to do that.
Yeah, no, it's great. Nutrition and lifestyle, across the board with autoimmune, right? I mean, I would imagine that's a commonality between pretty much everything. Mm-hmm. What is your advice on nutrition, and what is your strategy on that?
Because I've interviewed so many people that have books on different MS diets and things like that, I'm always cautious, but I always speak my heart. It must be the Italian in me, I don't know. But I'm always very, very cautious. But like I said, I believe in real food, not processed stuff. So very rarely will you see me eating a bag of Doritos. It's almost like when I do, I kind of think of my 6th grade self, and I'm like, these don't taste quite the same. But I love to eat a lot of, I have a garden, so I love to grow my own vegetables and stuff, and then dry them out and grow them inside during the winter. And I just do, I love fish. I like chicken. I do red meat once in a while. I'm not one of those people that could say never ever will I have a burger.
Yep.
That's just not,
Right.
I have to have a burger sometimes. Um, and and will I have a drink sometimes with my friends? Absolutely. Will the MS world kill me for it? Some may. But I've had this for a long time and I'm doing pretty good. So I think you have to do what's best for you. You're going to have people kind of beat you up for things. And I always say when that happens, like, I'm going to be me. Thank you so much for your advice and thank you for caring, but I'm going to do what's best for me. So I think we have to be cautious. Like, I have a lot of people that will come on and say, I had a piece of pizza, I had, 2 Cokes, I had 2 beers, I had fries, and I feel like crap. And I'm like, well, let's write that down, take a look, and then see what you could have done a little better. So if we're eating like that every day, of course we're going to feel it like that. So I think we all know that. What we put in is how we're going to feel.
Yeah.
So we all know if we're going to have a night that we're out with our friends, we accept that, right? The day after is not going to be the best day. And for us with MS, it'll be 2 days, maybe 3. But
Yeah.
we've got to accept that that's a choice we made. So if we do, then we better really have a great time because we're going to pay for it. That's how I
Correct.
kind of think of it. And then I just really believe that it's not something you do all the time, but it's something that you do that comes up. I'm not going to say, I am never doing that with my girlfriend. I'm never going with my husband to do that on our anniversary.
Right.
I just think you have to live life and enjoy it. And I just think you don't have to say no to everything. There's a lot of no's that we have.
I think it's a wonderful perspective that you have, Kathy, and I think that overall, I mean, like you were saying in terms of, and even for myself, I can say that looking at a sunset, just appreciating things more, having a lot more empathy
Yeah.
for many things, especially other people that are struggling
Yeah.
with MS or anything for that matter. And yeah, I mean, when you're enjoying a few drinks, we're enjoying
Yeah.
it, but we are paying for it, no doubt.
Right.
So again, that's just knowing what you're
Empathy
vouching
is a
for.
great thing. Honestly, Anthony, empathy I think is something that's overlooked. I think the empathy that we begin to have when we're struggling with something that we see are disabled, and when I've had to use a cane, and because I'm younger, and they look at me and they just go right past, like, sorry, I don't mean to be in your way. It's like I'm
Yeah,
in their
right.
way. You see that more and more. And so I think it's just something that I think we're becoming more assertive about and demanding more things for disabled. Like this isn't in your hotel. This isn't in this building, and this is expected. And I think that along with, like, when do you tell your employer? When do you tell your family? Like we talked about earlier,
Yeah,
I think I've seen it go both ways. I've seen if you feel that it's time to tell your employer, then go for it. Because I've seen it where they told their employer, and their employer has made it so that they've got their office right near a bathroom. Their office maybe not upstairs or downstairs, so they don't have to worry about stairs, wanting to get the best from their employee. Now, on the other hand, I've had MSers that have said no to their job after a couple of years because cognitively, whether it's a nurse or a doctor, because they didn't feel like it was safe. And I commend that because
yeah,
the other doctors and nurses wouldn't even have known. But because of the oath they took, they felt this isn't safe. And so
yeah.
I think you have to figure that out.
Yep. Agree 1,000% on that. One of the last things, what would you say, Kathy? I know you have so many triumphs, I'm sure, in your journey, but what stands out with you in terms of what you have accomplished and a challenge that maybe you've overcome? And I know it's not an easy question. There's so much, but
Yeah.
yeah, maybe just share an experience or two.
Um, I would say the first one that I did is when I worked at a really like prestigious studio gym, there were a lot of young girls that really thought they were amazing, just amazing. And I'd been working on my running, and I was like, and I did my first half marathon, and I beat all of them. And I was like, yes. So it was so cool. And I had like MS stuff on me. And everybody kept coming up and they were like, wait, we run for you. I'm like, no, I run for you. And so it was just a very exciting feeling to have everybody there cheering me on and saying like, and I made really good time. I did it under 2 hours. And it was like just very exciting to have done that. So that was early on in MS, like I think like the first 10 years.
I mean,
And
that's the best. That's the best awareness that you can have for MS,
Yeah.
right? I mean, what an example that is. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that.
It was pretty cool. And so that was, I think, one of my very first exciting things, that you can still do this. You can, I might not have been as fast, but I can tell you, I think I stopped probably 5 times and just with my hands in the air, just crying because I did it. I didn't
Right.
care where I came in. It's just, I'm doing it. And
Yeah.
this is awesome. So definitely one of them.
Your future plans and projects. You have so many wonderful things that are currently going on right now, but as we talked about too, you have a book as well, but you have a book, you've got your podcast, you've got your gym. Talk to me a little bit about what you're doing, what your plans are. And
So many. I need to live to be 200 because I need to get it all done. Well, I am in the middle of doing my book. So the kids always laugh because they're like, you're not going to die ever. You have so much to do. I really want to do some more speaking. I did that early on. I want to go back to that. So I really want to do more speaking and seminars and things like that. Going to schools, going to places where I can talk to more newly diagnosed. That's a big part of my heart. It really is. Not just females, but males. I think there's not enough of that. I think we need more and more speaking and sharing and just getting them over. And I mean more of like holding hands with them. Being that contact, that person that can really help them through that. And that's a lot of what I want in my book. I think that's a really big part that I want to do. My daughter just had a baby, so it's the first grandchild.
Yes.
So that's fun. She won't let me hold the baby in the store because she's like, no, because they'll ask you if it's yours, and I hate that. And I'm like, well, I was really young when I had you, and I love her, and I want to hold her. Yeah. So, but it is she's the joy of my life, and so I think just enjoying things as we go, and really just continuing this journey of really spreading awareness in different ways. And I keep finding more exciting ways to do it. And I think I want to do more collaborations. And I did my first webinar I did last year, I believe. And that was really cool, having like Tyler Campbell and having just a bunch of people on there that they all did it for me. And a lot of them didn't know me. And that's where we got really close.
That's
and
amazing.
That was really cool. Ken Do MS supported it. A bunch of the MS awareness, MSAA. So it was really cool to have that support. So I want to do some more of those where we pick different subjects. I want to work with kids with MS. That's a big part of my heart. I really want to work with kids and work with pediatric MS and really being there for them and speaking with them and encouraging them that this is a crappy disease, but there's so much out there.
Amazing.
Those are the few of the things.
Yeah, I mean that sounds not only busy but so fulfilling. And Kathy, you are such a bright light in this world, but in the MS community, you're just amazing. So,
Thank you.
Where can people reach you and find out about your work and video, and all that great stuff?
You can reach me at MS Disrupted on Instagram. You can reach me at MS Disrupted on TikTok, which I'm on a lot. And then you could reach me msdisrupted@gmail.com, msdisrupted.com on my website. And I think that's it. But my marketing person, I'm sure, will yell at me and say, you missed 4 different ways. So, but I believe that you will find me on any of those.
Excellent.
But we are developing, we're almost there now. I have to finish one step, and then all of our shirts, mugs, all of that are finally on the website to order. So excited about that.
Excellent. Well, Kathy, thank you so much. It has been an absolute pleasure. I am so enlightened by our conversation and just so energized. I feel like I want to run a marathon right now.
Good. I'll train you next time.
I'm sure you will. So thank you so much.
And that's neat. It's not scary. And that's always the biggest thing is people are nervous. And I'm like, it's not what you did in high school. It's different, but it's what you need. And every person is different. Every person trains different. Our abilities are different. So
True that. Absolutely. So thank you so much. And to our listeners here, Threading MS Journeys, thank you for tuning in. And, as Kathy was saying, MS is a journey. So just manage that, be patient with yourself, just be well, and have a great day, great night, wherever you are. Take care. Thank you all for joining us for this powerful episode of Threading MS Journeys. I'm Anthony Lobosco, and it's been an absolute privilege to continue this conversation with Kathy. Her insights and experiences truly remind us of the strength and resilience within the MS community. If Kathy's story resonated with you, or if you found something really inspiring, I encourage you to reach out, share your thoughts, and keep the conversation going. Her contact info is in the show notes. My contact info is always in the show notes as well. Just reach out. So remember, whether you're managing your own MS journey or supporting a loved one, you are not alone. There's a whole community out there ready to support and uplift each other. So don't forget to follow us on social media and subscribe to the podcast so you never miss an episode. We got some incredible guests lined up who will continue to share their stories, strategies, and little victories that make a huge. Take care, everyone. Remember, you may have MS. MS does not have you. Take care, everyone.